Welcome to the CUNA News Weekly Wrap-up for September 15th through 22nd. Spend the next few minutes with us as we cover everything going on in the credit union movement. Hear what happened at Finovate Fall, catch up on what's happening with cryptocurrency and the blockchain, meet TAPCO Credit Union Chief Information Officer Jason Allen, examine the business case for finding solutions for even fairer lending, and hear a snippet of the latest episode of the CUNA News Podcast. Now, for the latest from Finovate Fall, which was held from September 11th through 13th in New York City. Visit news.cuna.org to see who was named Best in Show and read what 154 Advisors Glenn Sarvati took away from the event, which featured companies demoing the latest financial technology advancements. Speaking of technology, we haven't heard as much about cryptocurrency and the blockchain in 2023. What's going on in the space? DePaul University Assistant Professor Lamont Black says credit union offerings were too focused on self-directed investment, adding, "It's no surprise that this trend of digital assets for members lost momentum and will take time to recover. I hope that when it does, there will be more discussions about how this service relates to members' overall financial goals and financial well-being." This ecosystem is ultimately about emerging technology, which should inspire leaders to think about how their credit unions can harness the power of this technology to serve members. Keep reading online to see where Black sees the market going and how he believes credit unions fit in the space. All right, let's meet Jason Allen. As CIO at $650 million asset TAPCO Credit Union in Fircrest, Washington, Allen is working to increase bandwidth to make the credit union more data-centric, more stable, and more resilient. He's also always looking for the next thing that's going to shake up the market. Right now, that's artificial intelligence, automation, open banking, and blockchain. He encourages the younger generation of technology leaders to be curious and willing to fail, while he wishes to see credit unions increase diversity in leadership roles. There are a lot of talented people who just need an opportunity, he says. As a leader, position yourself around people who don't necessarily have the same ideas as you. Zest AI CEO Mike Vere makes the business case for even fairer lending. He says automated technology that enables fair lending decisions can be invaluable for credit unions, while artificial intelligence focused on fair lending increases the accuracy of risk prediction, and fair lending allows credit unions to match their brand with the values of prospective members. If automating compliance efforts, expanding the member lending pool, and reaching new demographics doesn't intrigue you, the fact that it's the right thing to do should do the trick, Vere writes. It's not enough to meet the expectations of fair lending regulations. When it comes to even more equitable lending practices, credit unions should go above and beyond, as they do in every other piece of their business. On the CUNA News Podcast, Reseda Group Chief Operating Officer Ben Maxim stopped by to discuss fintech, personalized financial solutions, and how AI and data analytics can enhance credit unions. Here's a snippet of the episode, which can be found on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and our YouTube page.
A lot of people are familiar with the punch card concept. You go buy, way back when you got your Subway sandwiches, you got enough punches, and then all of a sudden you got a free sub. Similar concept, but it's digital. So every time you use the transaction, so if you use your card 5 times, then you can see you get a punch each time the card moves. And we've seen some really great results from those that did actually get the punches. We offered them a small incentive to do it when we were testing it out of either $3 or $5. It didn't actually matter the amount there. People were just excited to get value for the reward.
Now over to CUNA Senior Editor of Public Affairs Communications, Alex McVeigh, for a look at what's happening in Washington, D.C.
CUNA leagues and credit unions continued their push against the big box interchange bill this week. Senate sponsors are attempting to add it to a bill funding the federal government past September 30th, and we're urging stakeholders to contact senators in opposition. We also launched a series of geo-targeted ads against the bill in and around Capitol Hill. They feature an Illinois restaurant owner and the head of the Illinois Hispanic Chamber of Commerce talking about how the current interchange system works and how the bill would harm small businesses and consumers. In other news, registration for the 2024 Governmental Affairs Conference is now open at cuna.org/GAC. The GAC will take place in Washington, D.C. March 3rd through 7th, where we will come together as a movement to advocate for our members. Additional announcements on speakers will follow in the coming weeks.
Thanks, Alex. Our credit union of the week is $70.3 million asset Friendly Federal Credit Union in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. The credit union was formed on March 31st, 1955, when 7 directors met in the home of Robert Persichetti, the first treasurer, to form J&L Service Department Credit Union. The field of membership consisted of employees of J&L Steel Mills service departments, which included carpenters, painters, bricklayers, and more. The credit union eventually moved into several offices before getting their own building at their current location on 2000 Main Street. The credit union changed its name to Friendly Federal Credit Union on October 27, 1985, in the wake of the mill's closing. The credit union's second office opened in Baden, Pennsylvania in 2013. For more, visit www.friendlyfcu.org. Finally, this week in credit union history. On September 17, 1935, CUNA founded CUNA Credit Union, known today as Summit Credit Union, in Madison, Wisconsin, to serve the credit union movement and anyone else who is in need of credit union services. On September 21, 2020, the Credit Card Accountability, Responsibility, and Disclosure Act was implemented, increasing transparency and consumer protections. All right, that's it for this week's wrap-up. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.
To stay up to date on these stories and more, subscribe to Credit Union Magazine, visit news.cuna.org, and listen to the CUNA News Podcast at news.cuna.org/podcasts. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out the description for links to everything discussed in this video.